Hey, what is up guys? JP Land here and welcome back to another update video here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Today calls for a windier day here in the park, which means no drones tonight for dark arts if the wind resumes. But it is very windy. Look at the flag going around, look at the palm trees. Crazy. My hair is going crazy right now. Walking through the gates right now seems pretty smooth. There's like hardly anyone here. Just made it into the park. Literally took 20 seconds to walk in. But today I'm repping Poseidon's Fury at the Superior, Florida park. It says the theme park is sold out today. It's hard to believe. There's hardly anyone here right now. But you know what? Let's take a look at those wait times and compare it. Oh, you know what? It's actually looking pretty busy right now. Mario Kart's at 200 minutes. Nothing new there, but Jurassic is 65, Transformers is 80, Mummy's over 60, so it is looking like a busier day. I just had a conversation with one of you guys, and we talked about Nintendo. But I mentioned this in the last video. It's kind of stupid that they sell power-up bands outside of the land, and if you buy a power-up band outside of the land, that doesn't guarantee you entry into the land. Let's say a family of 4 buys a power-up band, or maybe even 2 power-up bands. They spent like 80 bucks right there, but they don't get a reservation. They just spent 80 bucks for nothing. They can't use that power-up band in any way. So I hope eventually they might loosen up on the reservations and maybe even stop selling power-up bands outside of the land. Here's a look at Persian Courtyard. The facade has gone up already, and honestly it's kind of hard to tell what's going on here. So this is a 2-layered facade. They're working on the frame right now, and let's see, we have some steps over here, and the other side is just straight up. I think this might be a house. It looks like a house facade because they have that second layer, so if they go a little higher they can add a roof. I don't know. All I gotta say is it's April, and I'm surprised we still haven't received another announcement. I'm sure within the next 2-3 weeks we'll receive an announcement. If I remember correctly, I think last year they announced 3 or 4 houses very last minute. I think it was like the very last week of Horror Nights updates before the event started. They're definitely hard at work over here. Actually, we have some active construction, and it looks like they put in some plywood on the frame. They're working on those flats. It's looking good. Let's see if we can get another view onto the house. Oh yeah, just a little bit. Another look onto the facade. It looks like they have a ginormous opening in the middle there. I think that'll be the entrance of the maze. So maybe you go between. So they have a facade here and a second facade behind, and then you go between. I don't know, that'd be cool. Here's a look at Production Central, which is still closed. They actually removed the gates in front of it, and the merchandise is still inside. But honestly, I can't see this staying for any longer. I feel like this is the last time we'll ever see Production Central before it gets demolished. Here's the current look of this area of the Wizarding World. And since Dark Arts has returned, I always said it'd be really cool for Death Eaters to come back for normal day guests. And I noticed that Dark Arts won't be here for much longer, so it's gonna return periodically. I think the next time it returns is in like May. So I feel like once it goes away and comes back, I feel like they're gonna start implementing more to the show, more ambiance around Hogwarts, maybe change up the music loop or even add Death Eaters. I don't know, it's just a thought, but it would be really cool if Universal could do something like that. And I know they're watching, so we'll see. I think the only thing us fans care about is Universal buying out this golf course. If they can buy out this golf course, and if they manage to like be able to put in some rides or at least move the studio, that can allow us to expand the park by a lot. I feel like this is even bigger than Disneyland. I might be wrong, but it just looks bigger from up here. Look how far back it extends. Oh my gosh, almost towards Warner Brothers. And there's a big rumor that Universal might buy out Warner Brothers. So if they could move all of the studios there and buy out the golf course, this would be one giant theme park. I feel like Universal unofficially confirmed the roller coaster going here. So this might mean the rumors of Fast and Furious coaster are true. They've been testing some sounds of a roller coaster passing by over the escalator and screams. I know that's really weird that they do it, but it would make sense. Mostly because the most difficult part about building a roller coaster at Universal Studios Hollywood is that the noise level may leak into the neighbors. Of course, there's the studio, and of course, there's people that live around Universal. So I feel like that might be the main reason of them testing audio. I think they removed those speakers because I saw a ton of speakers up here, and I was here last week. I'm like going crazy. I'm hearing roller coaster noises and screams. I know there's no roller coaster here, but they had speakers up here, and more people started to notice. And as of this week, the speakers are gone and they're not testing the audio right now. But it is nice to know that Universal is considering a roller coaster, and this is an unofficial confirmation that a roller coaster is coming. So the main rumor for this roller coaster is Fast and Furious, Hollywood Drift, and someone dropped like concept art. I don't think they were supposed to, but they put it on the internet and now it's everywhere. Everyone's talked about it. I feel like I'm a little late to talking about it, but I just wanted to not talk about a leak, like in case it is a leak, but it seems more of like speculation. I feel like we are getting a roller coaster, but I don't think it's gonna be Fast and Furious. Only reason I say that is, who likes Fast and Furious, to be honest? I mean, either way, it's gonna be a roller coaster. I'm okay with that. Like, I don't care if it's Fast and Furious. Supercharged obviously isn't my favorite attraction in the park, but I do like it. I do enjoy it. It's not terrible, I'd say. And I wouldn't mind a Fast and Furious roller coaster if it is gonna be Fast and Furious. Looking down onto the Revenge of the Mummy, it doesn't seem like they've started any work on Horror Nights. They still have those bit of 2x4s just sitting there as of right now. I think they might start within the next month or so, but I do see some progress back there. Back where the studio tour is, they put up those soundproof walls and the black tarps. And that's normally where another maze would go. So it looks like they actually might start on that maze before this one. Or maybe they'll start on both at the same time, I don't know. Also, when the wind is this strong, they tend to remove stilt walker characters throughout the park, so the Transformers people won't be coming out today, it doesn't seem like. This wind is very strong. But it is definitely a beautiful day. I just wish it wasn't windy like this. I think they've already started on the process of taking down special effects stage, because I was walking up the escalators and you could see directly into the stage. I didn't want to film it because there was like security guards there and I wasn't sure if I was allowed to, so I played it safe and I didn't film it. But yeah, they're already removing what looks like to be the benches inside of the stage. So I'd say within the next month we'd start seeing some more construction work and especially some construction walls over here around special effects and animal actors. Also, here's a look at animal actors. You guys could see that they tore up the stage. They removed all the theming. Looks like the LED sign is gone completely. I don't walk in the plaza enough to talk about it, but it is still closed for refurbishment. I wonder if they're gonna be using it for Horror Nights this year. Normally they have like a bar area, and sometimes they even extend this Parisian courtyard maze into the plaza, like utilizing half of it and the other half would be used for the queue. I'm not too sure what they're gonna be doing with it though. I walked into the Universal store and I noticed recently a lot of their merchandise has been horror related. I mean, look at this whole section over here. They have the Universal monsters, they highlight it, they have Psycho, and over here in this section they have Chucky. I think this might be to promote the Horror Nights maze. Oh, they brought these new lunch boxes here. These are cool. But on the opposite side, they have more Jupiter's Claim merch. They restocked everything and brought new designs. So these are the same designs as Horror Nights, but they changed it to Universal Studios Hollywood, and they don't have us on it at all. They also brought those pins and magnets back as well. And I feel like Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, those are both horror. and they have that all over here. And majority of this store is centered around horror now. I think the only thing we're missing in the park now is a year-round haunted house, and I really hope it comes back. I hope they bring a year-round haunted house again, but I doubt it. I mean, look, it continues. Jaws. I consider King Kong a horror movie as well. My biggest fear is monkeys, and they have King Kong. Have you guys ever seen the movie King Kong? That's a scary movie. Everyone's always asking me when discounts are coming back for Nintendo, and I still don't know. I would say another 2 months, 3 months, maybe after summer. I don't know what counts as grand opening assortment aside from the little magnets that say February 17, 2023, which I still didn't buy. But it says limit 2 items per style per transaction. I honestly don't really see many grand opening items. Also, I've been so distracted with Nintendo World and everything else going on in the park that I totally forgot about WaterWorld. So today I'm going to do WaterWorld for my first time this year. The next show time is at 1, so until then I have a lot of time. It's 12:15 right now.
What are you doing with that? Whoa! No! I know what's wrong with this thing. The girl is getting away. Yes! Deacon of WaterWorld, celebrate the birth of a new nation. Dry land is my destiny.
Hey, Deacon!
Hey, what? No!
And that'll wrap up our day here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Had a blast in the park today, and I really enjoyed watching WaterWorld. Haven't seen it in such a long time. Anyway guys, I'm JP, and how they say in the movies, that's a wrap. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.